So, Nina, we've heard you say the graphic novel came from your imagination. To be clear, that page of the graphic novel...
Stop saying. It's not a graphic novel. Nobody even says a graphic novel apart from people who are too embarrassed to say comic. It's a comic. Barely that. It's just drawings and words which were meant to help me remember what happened that night. It wasn't meant to be a novel. It wasn't even meant to be seen by anybody.
Okay. Okay, Nina. I know this is hard for you. I just wanted to be clear. And now I think I understand. It was a comic. Some drawings and words to help you remember what happened. It wasn't necessarily the truth. It was a way of helping you make sense of what you remembered at the time. Is that a fair summation?
Yes.
And yesterday, 3 months and 25 days, a total of 117 days after the attack, you believed you remembered more. Is that correct?
Yes. I remember being on the ground and seeing Corey kicking Seb.
Okay. And again, to be clear on this, you were convinced 117 days after the incident that what you experienced on Harper Street, where the attack took place, was a genuine memory, not a partly fictionalized account based on what you remember, not your brain attempting to make sense of what happened that night. In your opinion, what happened yesterday, beyond any doubt, was the unlocking of 100% accurate memory that had laid dormant for almost 4 months.
Yes.
Did anyone ask you to try and remember more on the days before the exercise?
Yes.
Could you state who that was, please?
Simon came into work to check I couldn't remember anything else, to help her.
Could you state Simon's full name for the record, please?
Simon Barlow.
And what is Simon Barlow's relationship to Kelly Nealon?
I think they're friends.
Did he mention that he went to visit her in prison earlier that day?
Yes.
And to confirm, he wasn't the person who suggested the exercise. He merely asked you to remember more.
A lot of people have talked to me about this case. It wasn't like he came along to it or anything.
Who was there for the reconstruction?
Me, Asha Allahan, Summer, and Abby.
Seb's mother.
Yes.
Perhaps you could talk me through this exercise. Your friends were with you to stand in for the people who were there that night, is that right?
Sometimes, yes.
Who played Corey?
Abby.
And who played Kelly?
It's not like anyone played anyone, really. They were just there to support.
But you just said Abby Franklin played my client.
At one stage, I asked them to stand where I thought people were that night. Abby stood where I thought Corey was.
Where you thought Corey was? And who stood where you thought Kelly was?
Asha.
Asha. Your close friend, an ex-girlfriend who was there on the night of the attack. Asha Allahan, the ex-girlfriend of my client and one of his most fervent accusers, played Kelly.
It's not a false memory. It was real. I know what happened because I was there. Corey killed Seb because I was a weirdo who dressed differently, and I'm a weirdo who gets funny about what people call comics.
I do apologize.
No, you don't. He's sneering at me now. It's all over your face. You look the way he did that night.
If I've caused you offense, I'm sorry.
No. That means nothing. Say it properly. Say sorry to me. Go on.
Ms. Lucas.
I'm sorry.
I've spent the last months terrified of who I am. Well, I'm not scared anymore. Not of anyone. Not you. Not him.
Thank you, milady. I'll be brief, as my colleagues have already kept Miss Lucas in the witness box for some time. In fact, as the only eyewitness here today that isn't actually accused of anything, I just have 3 questions. Do you remember seeing Corey Brent repeatedly kicking Sebastian Franklin in the head on the night that he was murdered?
Yes.
And do you remember Kelly Nealon attempting to stop Corey from kicking Seb?
Yes. She shouted at him to stop and tried to pull him away.
And finally, do you remember seeing Kelly attacking Seb in any way? Whether it be punching, kicking, even just pushing?
No.
No more questions, my lady.
In which case, I suggest we stop for a short break.
That's it.
Looks like it. But that's the important bit, isn't it? Remembering it.
Yeah, it's just a shame we've had to listen to that one, tear the whole remembering thing apart for the last hour.
Yeah, but she's got to prove reasonable doubt, hasn't she? And a 4-month-old memory unlocked is...
Helpful.
Well, that couldn't have gone any worse.
No. No, it's like you made clear, right? Whatever Sabine said, Nina is a witness who was there. And remember seeing Corey, not Kelly, attacking Seb. It's got to stand for something. I messed everything up. I got angry.
No. You told the truth. They'll see that.
Have you seen Abby? I need to apologise.
No. You don't apologise. What you did was incredibly brave. You stood up to her. I'm so proud of you.
I know you've done your best, but if she's saying she saw Corey do it...
No, she's saying she has a memory of him doing it. It's a completely different thing. And I've just given them a multitude of reasons to doubt that memory.
But if it's a false memory, why remember Corey?
Because she's always had it in for me. Trying to turn Asher against me, dressing like that, then accusing people of a hate crime if they don't like it. She's a freak, and they're gonna see that.
Oi!
Keep your voice down.
He is down. Nobody can hear.
I don't care. Whatever else is going on in court, you're a good, caring lad. Okay?
Okay.
Where's this taxi?
I don't know what to do. I want to go home, but I feel like I should be in there.
She has plenty of support.
I feel useless.
Yes.
It felt weird, because he didn't usually put a wash on that late. And he bought me flowers. It's the first time he'd done that. And then he asked me to lie and say we were at home together that night.
But you weren't?
No. He was asking me to give him a fake alibi. I was scared. I don't know. I was confused. So I went along with it at first. I told my dad. Mary, a family friend. I lied and said he was with me.
And when did you decide to tell the truth?
After I found out Seb had died, and the police asked me if what Corey was saying was correct.
How long was that? After Corey told you to give him an alibi? Before you decided to tell the truth?
It was the next day.
You went along with it for 24 hours?
Yes.
Why do you think it took you so long?
Because I was an idiot. Because all my friends and family warned me about him and I wanted to prove them wrong. Guess because I was scared of him.
Was Corey conscious when you took his phone?
No,
Had he fallen asleep?
like I say, we'd been drinking.
Right. So to be clear, you pretended to want to get back with him with the intention of getting him so drunk that you could take his phone.
I wanted to find proof.
Please, just a question. Did you pretend to want to get back with him?
Yes.
With the intention of getting Corey so drunk that you could take his phone without his consent.
Yes.
Is it true on Monday, the 6th of April, 2020, a naked video of yourself was shared online?
Okay, what's that got to do with anything?
Yes.
Is it true you voluntarily shared that video with my client?
No. I took my clothes off in a call with him because he asked me to. I wish I hadn't, but I did. He recorded it without my consent.
And why did you agree to that in the call?
Because I was stupid. And at the time, I thought I was in love with him.
Who was the first person you accused of sharing the video to the group chat at a party at 1 Coronation Street?
Corey.
But who did share the video, Asher?
Kelly.
How did she do that?
Corey left his phone unlocked. She found it and shared it.
And do you know why?
We'd fallen out.
So this was her way of getting back at you, her revenge.
Look, I know she regretted it. Okay, she apologized and we made up.
We've heard you say you've done stupid things for love in the past. Are you in love now?
No. No, I got over him a long time ago.
Apologies, I should have been clearer. Are you in love with Nina Lucas? You were in a relationship shortly before she started dating Seb, is that correct?
Yeah.
And then she split up with you?
Yeah, but we're friends now.
Okay, you're friends. Nothing more?
No. Just friends.
But would you like to say one day, after her grief for Seb's past, be more than friends?
I don't know.
You don't know. But you know why it's important, don't you? We've heard you today admit to doing stupid things for people you're in love with in the past, such as the naked video. If you're in love with Nina, I think it's fair to ask, did you lie about Corey's threatening behavior to back up your girlfriend's statement?
Well, no. Okay, she's not my girlfriend and I didn't lie about Corey's behavior.
Then please, just answer the original question. Are you in love with Nina?
It doesn't matter.
Please. Just the question, the truth. Are you in love with Nina?
Look, yes, okay, I'm still in love with her, but it doesn't change anything.
Mr. Habib, your witness.
Thank you, milady.
Listen, she shouldn't have to go through this. She's done nothing wrong.
Did you have feelings for Nina the entire time you were with Corey?
No.
When would you say those feelings started, then?
I actually know the exact time because we talked about it. But I don't get why it's important.
It's okay. Asha, just please answer the question.
It was April last year. She stuck up for me when some lads were having a go at me about the video. Me and Corey split up before I ever got with Nina, and me and Nina were over when I got back with him.
Right, but the gaps between those relationships were just a matter of weeks.
Yes.
You mentioned today that Corey was a controlling and jealous boyfriend, is that correct?
Yes.
Was he ever jealous of Nina?
I don't know, he might have been.
Did they get on?
He didn't know much about her. You know, apart from that she gave me a choker for my birthday.
And did Nina like Corey?
She didn't know him personally, but she didn't like what I told her about him. How he made me feel. How he hurt me.
How did he hurt you, Asha?
Not physically, but...
It's okay. Go on.
He'd say things. Like the choker Nina gave me. He said it made me look like a dog. He threw food at me, making these noises you would, feeding a dog. And he said that I couldn't wear it when I was around him.
Asha, I don't mean this to sound insensitive, but why did you stay with him?
I don't know. Probably because I didn't think much of myself at the time. He was popular. Stupid.
Any other reason?
I don't know.
Did you stay with him to make Nina jealous?
What? No.
Or perhaps so that she would stand up for you again, just like she did with those boys last year?
No.
What's he doing?
Well, I wasn't playing games, if that's what you're saying.
No, but do you think it's possible that your friendship, your love of Nina, contributed to Corey's dislike of her?
I don't know.
On the night in question, you and Corey had an argument, is that correct?
Yes.
That's why you left. And we've heard that shortly after you left, Nina arrived with Seth. So do you think it's possible that Corey, angry at you, his girlfriend, transferred that anger onto his girlfriend's ex?
It's possible.
Is it
Milady,
possible?
please, this is clearly not a question the witness can answer without speculating.
I will allow it. Please sit, Miss Habib.
Is it possible that all of this has nothing to do with my client? Rather, Corey targeted Nina because of you. And Seb just got in the way. And he was murdered for it. So that's, the last of the prosecution witnesses.
You know, for what it's worth, I thought you were really good with her. Asha. And, you know, you're right, Corey's a psycho. Probably half of what happened was to do with his jealousy for Nina.
Yeah.
Didn't like it, though, did you? The whole attack dog lawyer thing. You're too nice.
Don't let them hear you say that.
Not like your ex, though. I think she loves it.
I do too. Well, look, it's Corey's defense tomorrow, and he has a lot more witnesses.
Yeah, about that, my mum's been in touch.
You've seen her?
Yeah, and she said she wants to help and that, you know, she'll tell them that it was her and my dad that told me to be quiet around coppers, and I know she's let me down in the past.
You accused her of neglect.
Yeah, and believe me, I know more than anyone how much of a liability she can be. But you said yourself, Corey's got all sorts sticking up for him. You know, she could be the person that could wipe out this big thing hanging over me. I could say it was her that told me that, not my attack dog lawyer.
Are you just saying all this to butter me up so that I'll go along with it?
Yeah, totally. But I am happy to drop it if you think it's a bad idea.
Hey. Are you okay? Yeah. I heard what happened. I've been messaging Abby. I didn't want her to think there was anything between me and Asha. And whatever Imran said, it wasn't Asha's fault. I'm sure she knows that. He probably just said it because it helps his defense. That's what she said, but I didn't know. Poor Asha. Yeah. She said they played the 999 call in court today. That must have been hard. I asked her to tell me what they said. This is her now. Sorry, do you want me to leave you alone? It's okay. She said you could hear him talking to me while I was hurt, reassuring me. He said, "You're all right, you, Nina Lucas." And then he said... And then he said he loved me.
Hey, how could you do that? You know, my daughter's barely stopped crying.
I'm sorry, mate.
Dev, he was just doing his job.
His job? Well, so that's how you do your job, is it? You tell kids it's their fault that someone's died?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't know how you sleep at night.
You know what? I don't. I haven't had a proper night's sleep in weeks. I mean, how could I? Anyway, it's all on me whether Kelly, a girl just like Asher, spends years of her life in prison for a crime that she didn't even commit.
You didn't have to do it like that.
Oh, did I not, Dev? No. And please, tell me, how do I prove Kelly's innocence? Because I'll be honest with you, with the size of the team that I am up against and the amount of money that Stefan's got floating around, I could really use all the help I can get. So, please, tell me.
Imran.
I am doing my best here, okay? And I knew what I had to do to Asher today, and I knew that I had to go hard on her, and I hated every second of it. The difference is that after all that, Asher gets to go home. Kelly doesn't.
You're a bully. That's all you are.
Oh, mate, you have no idea. I'm just getting started.
Imran, come on. Just...
Do you want to see what I can really do? Come by court tomorrow. Because what I did to Asher today is nothing compared to what I'm going to do to Corey.
Get your soap fix on BritBox now with specially selected episodes of Coronation Street, Emmerdale and more. Next over on ITVB, the Towie couple are preparing for their new arrival in brand new Georgia and Tommy baby steps. But next on ITV, and with the help of one or two showbiz mates and sporting legends, Lee Max on the road to Soccer Aid.